Hello, everybody. Good evening.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to your methodology and didactics class. Today, we're gonna cover the beginning of Unit 3 and also Session 15. Okay, so may I have everybody activate your cameras, please? We need your cameras activate. Okay, thank you for your cooperation, Graciela and Ana. Graciela, Ana. Okay, now we can start. So in session 15, we have the following topic that is individual differences in second language learning. We're gonna focus on age, motivation, and styles. Unit 3 refers to teaching in adolescents and adults. That's the main topic of this unit. And our objective for today is apply knowledge of individual differences, that's age, motivation, and learning styles in a live group PPP demonstration class to differentiate teaching for adolescents and adults. To do this, you had to read this material that is available on the platform, Teaching English as a Foreign Language, TEFL, specifically on pages 32 to 47. That's the chapter's name, Individual Differences in Second Language Learning. So once that you have access to that reading, you will have to review your notes from there. And here, individual differences in second language learning, you need to focus on individual differences. We have a group of questions here to reflect. We have biological differences such as age. We have the critical period hypothesis, in which you're going to have some examples of Victor and Ginny. Then you will have cognitive differences, for example, intelligence, language attitude, aptitude. That's basically what you need to review here until the next topic, which is about learning styles. Okay, you should cover all of these concepts: affective individual differences, motivation. We have instrumental motivation and integrative motivation, personality is another topic. Okay, so we need to revise this material, and also you'll need to focus on the following questions to understand better the topic. First, when do individual differences in second language learning become most obvious? At ages 3 to 6, after age 7, especially after age 12, only in adults, at no specific age. Second, the text says there are three main types of individual differences in language learning. What are they? Three, what does the critical period hypothesis say about learning language? Four, what are the stories of Victor and Jenny not the strongest evidence for the critical period hypothesis? Five, name two better examples the text gives to support the critical period hypothesis. 6. Why are older learners often faster at the start of learning a second language? 7. In which part of language, for example, pronunciation, grammar, or vocabulary, do younger learners usually do better in the long run? 8. Why do people with higher IQ often do better on some language tests, but not on speaking fluently? 9. Name three abilities that traditional language aptitude tests try to measure. And finally, what is the difference between instrumental motivation and integrative motivation? So you need to answer the questions based on the reading. You need to work in groups, okay? We'll be working in groups. You're going to answer the questions, and then we'll be back in about 10 minutes, okay? What are we going to do first?
Read the text, sir.
Well, you were supposed to read at home. You're going to review your notes from the text, okay? And then you're going to answer the questions, okay? All right, let's work in small groups. Remember that you need to talk, and I highly suggest that you start speaking English with your classmates because you need to practice. Remember that next semester you're going to have prácticas preprofesionales, and you need to speak English with your students. So please practice your English now, okay? You have 10 minutes. Yes, Daniela, do you have a question?
Yes, teacher. I have a question. Do you have a class in classroom?
A class in classroom.
I don't know. I can see you can share your screen in classroom.
Yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
don't know you have the other class in this platform because
Well, that's
I don't
that's
I
only
don't have.
that's only for students of fifth semester B, and you are using this new platform that is Moodle.
Oh,
Yes. Do you have any problem with Moodle?
yes, I have
What's
all my
what's
parts
the
we
problem?
have I don't know.
Access?
I can access, well, later 1 or 2 minutes, the platform is down. O sea,
Oh, I understand.
yes, and you need the
Have you
access another link.
okay, but
Other,
have you reported this to the person in charge?
well, I don't know. I report in my tutor. Well, I don't know what is the other process or the hey
I
because
highly suggest that you send.
I can see you have up a new I don't know say a new homework because you you can see anything in the platform. I have
That's very strange.
yes, well, because this is my reason my question. Well, I can see you have a share
Oh,
in
okay,
classroom. So,
I highly suggest that you address your questions formally through email. Okay,
mm,
send your questions or your doubts or anything by email so you can be better understood.
mm, yes, because I report this problem at the other teachers and because it's a they are suggest create the other class in the classroom because model is terrible right now. I don't know say what is the problem exactly because in the SGA we have other problem because No, I don't say, no, no carga, no sé nada.
Okay,
Mhm.
but again, please report this formally.
For you or our
No, not for me. I'm not the person in charge of that. You may want to report it to your homeroom teacher or maybe to, let me give you the right contact. His
yes.
name is Pulsio, I think. He's in charge of
I don't know.
the,
The my tutor report the
but you can also report it as a student.
um,
His
mm,
name is
who's mm,
Fulco, and his,
Punko. Yes.
yeah, and his email is fulco.pincay@unesum.edu.ec.
You can share the email in the chat, please, because I don't know. I know the only my partner Jennifer Barzola. She can use
Okay,
the platform. It's perfect for her.
okay.
Um, but the old
Share,
more is
okay, share
terrible.
share the link with your classmates as well, please.
Okay,
The
teacher.
email, it's there.
Thank you. Thank you,
No
teacher.
problem. Now go to your group, okay? Hey guys, we're going to check the answers to the questions by doing the following Mentimeter quiz. Okay, it's gonna start here. You're gonna find the link in the chat box. I'll be waiting for you to join the quiz. Okay, let's begin with the quiz. You're gonna find some multiple choice questions to answer about individual differences in second language learning. Here's your first question. Okay, wait a minute. Let me see here. Okay, the questions are ready. Yes, Daniela, what's your question?
Teacher, I marked the answer, but it still tells me the page that is didn't respond on time. Well, I don't know what is the problem. Well, I
Okay, no problem.
Mhm. Okay.
That's okay. So the first question was, when do individual differences in second language learning become most obvious? In this case, after age 7, especially after age 12. So this is considered a critical hypothesis or the critical period hypothesis, in which there is an age in which people are considered to be more sensitive to learning a new language. So basically, this theory says that children who are between 7 to 12 are more likely to learn a second language more quickly. But this theory is controversial. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 2. Okay, in this question, we had to talk about the three main types of individual differences in language learning. First, we have the biological, which refers to all of your body functions and how they work. For example, some people are have a better vision than others. Other people have better listening skills, and basically, this is something biological because your organs are more developed, or maybe you have this special capability, or maybe you have this disability. So that's biological. There's also the cognitive difference, which talks about the mental abilities. For example, you may be good at math or you may be good at science, and that all depends on your brain skills and also your background information. Also, we have the affective difference. The affective difference refers to motivation, okay? When you love the language, you are more likely to learn it in a faster way. So when you love English, you learn it. But if you hate English, you're not gonna learn it, okay? That's basically the affective difference. Joyce, do you have a question? You have your hand raised.
Teacher, it was the same question of Daniela. It always show me that I didn't respond in time, but I don't get any question.
Okay. No, no problem. That's fine. All right, let's move into the, but you can respond now, right? Great.
Yes.
So let's see our next question. Remember, we have three basic individual differences: biological, cognitive, and affective. Okay, question number three. Okay, so we have, what does the critical period hypothesis say about learning language? The critical period hypothesis says that there is a specific time in life when you can learn a language faster, okay? Or when your brain is more ready to learn a new language, okay? And it is considered from the age of 7 up to the age of 12, okay? There's some plasticity in the brain that makes you learn languages faster according to this critical period hypothesis. Question number four. Okay, remember the examples of Victor and Ginny from the text? So there are no strong evidence for the critical period hypothesis because they may have had brain damage or other problems before they were found. Okay, let's focus on question five now. Okay, two better examples the text gives to support the critical period hypothesis. Um, Flavio, could you please read the answer?
Yes, Mister. Name two better examples the text gives to support the critical period hypothesis.
Okay, could you read the examples? The answer?
Ah, okay. The answer for me is deaf children with hearing parents and international adopters.
Thank you, Flavio. So that's a good example of critical period hypothesis because, when we have these differences between children and parents, sometimes we have the critical period hypothesis ready. For example, a Mexican family moves to the United States and their children learn how to speak English very well, but their parents don't. And that's a good example of critical period hypothesis. The children learns to speak English as a native speaker, as an American with the American accent. That's because of this plasticity on the brain, and that is a critical period hypothesis. And it is giving another example here with deaf children with hearing parents. That is because the child adapts himself to their parents' situation or vice versa. That was an example of critical period hypothesis. Let's go to question number 6. Okay, the question is clear. Why are older learners faster at the start of learning a second language? Adults have some advantage compared to teenagers or children. What is this advantage about? The advantage is called metalinguistic knowledge. That's basically what you know in Spanish, you transfer it in English. For example, you know how to do additions in Spanish. Once that you need to talk about additions in English, you can easily talk about that topic. Or one more example, maybe you like reggaeton and you know this music is mostly in Spanish. And once that you want to talk about reggaeton in English, it's going to be easy for you because you know the information in Spanish. That is called the metalinguistic knowledge. Memory, on the other hand, is an advantage in adults because they have a lot of information retained here compared to children. Children have very basic knowledge of life, but adults have a lot of information here. And we also have problem solving skills that are higher because we have been parents, we have been adults, we have been students, we have graduated, we have gone through all school levels. That's why we need this advantage. We have this advantage compared to adolescents or children. Okay. So this is contradictory to the critical hypothesis, which says that children are faster than adults, but it's actually in reverse. Adults are faster than children. The only problem that adults have is learning the right pronunciation of the language. Okay, so they understand the language, but they're not able to speak. That's the main issue. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Question number 7. Okay, one specific advantage that younger learners have is pronunciation. As I said before, they have the ability to learn how to pronounce the language with a foreign accent, and that is something superior compared to adults. On the other hand, adults can write essays more easily, they can have more knowledge on vocabulary, and they may be able to apply grammar rules more accurately. But teenagers know more about how to pronounce words in the language more easily. Okay, the question was regarding people with higher IQ. They're said to have better results on some language tests, but why not speaking? The reason is that high IQ helps only with grammar and reading tests, not conversational skills. Conversational skills are quite different. And that's why some people have good results on tests, but they don't speak the language. And that is something crazy. And we don't understand why. But now we know the reason. It is because of this communicative skill. Now, you have to name 3 abilities that traditional language aptitude tests try to measure. What are those abilities? We have identifying new sounds, understanding word functions, and remembering new words. What is the difference between instrumental motivation and integrative motivation? Those are two types of motivation. Instrumental refers to having a motivation to learn for practical goals. For example, you learn this vocabulary because you're going to be a teacher. That's a practical goal. Or you learn this structure because you need to be prepared for a scholarship interview or for a job interview. That's instrumental. On the other hand, we have integrative. Integrative motivation refers to the motivation that comes for personal growth because I want to improve. Okay. And that refers to, for example, when I want to travel to a different country, but for pleasure, or when I need to learn English because I love languages. Okay. That's another example. So we have two types of motivation, instrumental and integrative motivation. Okay, let's check the results of this task. And according to this, we have a winner, Cynthia Barberan. Nice, Cynthia, very good. You have been very attentive to this class. Awesome. Okay, guys, what is coming next is we're gonna cover the presentation of a demonstration class. Okay, remember that we have this rubric. You need to use the rubric to plan your demo class, and you also have a format. Do you remember the format? The lesson plan format? Okay, so we need to check that lesson plan too. And our topic for today is individual differences in language learning. So you need to focus specifically in adolescents or adults, one of them, adolescents or adults. You need to use this theory that talks about variation of age, motivation, style, profiles for adolescents, profiles for adults, a student-centered approach as well. You need to include your lesson plan, PPP execution with cooperation, and you need to create a digital product, and finally, a clear group performance. Remember that you need to present for about 8 to 10 minutes. You need to simulate your students with diverse profiles. You can be adults, you can be kinesthetic adolescents, and follow the rubric exactly as it is required. Do you have any questions before we move on? Questions? No? So what are we going to do? Are we going to read or we're going to prepare a demo class?
Prepare a demo class
Individually or in groups?
in group.
Okay. What does the class need to have?
The lesson plan in the class.
Yes, the lesson plan and also uh, digital or physical material. And most importantly, the teacher's participation, okay? Remember, you should give the opportunity to other classmates to be the teachers, okay? Because I have seen who has participated a lot. So it's time to give more people opportunity. You will have about 20 minutes to prepare your class, okay? 20 minutes. We'll be back at 8:50. Okay. Yes, Lisbeth, what's your question?
Teacher, please, can you add the other device, please? Yes.
What device? Oh, okay. Okay, I saw it. No problem.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. Okay, is there another question maybe? No more questions? Okay, thank you everybody. It's time to work. Remember, we'll be back at 9, I'm sorry, 8 for 8:50. Okay, everybody, we're going to select the group that's going to present by using the spinning wheel. The lucky one will be group number 1. Group number 1 is Ana, Anabela, Edwin, Graciela, and Flavio. Are you ready?
Good morning, good evening, everyone. So we are the group number 1. So today we are learning present continuous. Look at me right now. I am talking. So, for example, maybe Graciela, would you help me with one example about the present continuous, please? Graciela.
He is working.
Okay, so maybe, okay, so Daniela, could you help me what Flavio is doing now?
Sorry, teacher, I can hear you. Can you repeat the question, please?
Could you help me what Flavio is doing now?
Well, I can see. Okay. I can see Flavio. She now is practice boxing, or I don't know. I think this boxing. I don't know.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
I am
Okay,
boxing.
yes, yeah. But Flavio is boxing, yeah. The before slide, please. So the present continue, we can use the structure subject plus verb to be plus the verb at the end in ing. So the next slide, please. The next slide, please. Yeah, only that. For example, Cynthia, could you help me with that picture, please? Is she running?
She is drinking.
But what is she is drinking? Beer, coffee.
Water.
Okay, thank you. Please, Annabella, could you help me with one example, please?
He is reading.
Okay. Lisbeth, could you help me with one example, but you don't need to tell what do you see in the picture. I need that you only do the mimic, yeah? Lisbeth, could you help me with that? Lisbeth. No? Okay. Annabella, could you help me with one example? But remember,
The mimic?
only use the mimic. Yeah.
Okay, teacher.
Jennifer, could you help me with what Annabella is doing now?
His breakfast.
Annabella is correct.
Uh, is not breakfast, is dinner.
Remember that we are learning the present continuous in action, right? So she is,
He's 18.
yeah. Okay, thank you. Another example, Graciela, maybe could you help me with one example? But remember, you don't say anything, only mimic, right? Ricardo, could you help me? What is she doing?
With a mimic teacher.
No, but you need to talk with us.
Ah, okay, teacher. He is reading.
Okay, thank you for your help us. So, Lisbeth, could you help me with one example? Remember, you don't need to talk, only mimic. Lisbeth?
She's drinking.
Yeah, thank you, Jennifer, for your help. So you remember what you use the present continuous, you need to use subject, verb to be, and verb ends in ing. That's all. Thank you for your attention. Thank you, teacher.
Okay, I thank you to this group as well. And what I was more engaged in was the mimics. That was a good idea. Doing mimics is a good strategy. That's total physical response. And it is a very interesting way to teach this tense, which is a little tricky, the present continuous. That was a good thing. The way you presented the theory was okay too. I would have used a video maybe, or probably a song or something more interactive rather than just a slide. Because remember that we need to avoid using theories such as affirmative, negative questions. We should get rid of that because that's traditional grammar. We don't want to teach traditional grammar. We do want to teach communicative grammar, maybe dialogues, or things that helps our students understand the theory, okay? But I really enjoy the mimics. That was a good strategy. The pictures were also a good visual support. But again, think about the way you are presenting the theory, okay? Focus on student-centered approach, not teacher-centered approach. Do you know the difference between a student-centered approach and teacher-centered approach? What's the difference? I really need you to understand this difference because it's very important for your future teaching. What's the difference between student-centered approach from teacher-centered approach? Please use AI to help you understand the difference and tell me. Any volunteers? Well, I'm glad that you're doing research now. And something also positive that I saw in this group was the comprehension questions. You used a lot of comprehension questions, such as what do you see in the picture, or can you show me the mimic? What is this student doing? So that's also very helpful when it comes to understanding grammar theory. Okay, so congratulations to this group. It was overall good. Though I could only see Ellen being the teacher, it was fine. Okay, let's see what the next group is. It's group number 2. Group number 2 is Cynthia, Daniela, Joyce, Nadia, Pablo. Are you guys ready?
You can see my screen, yes?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Joyce, please. Well, hello everyone. This is the group number 2. This topic today, I would like to talk about the hobby and free times. Okay? You can see in my screen the different hobbies. Please tell me, Byron. You can see what is the hobby you can represent for you in the screen.
For me, my hobby is dancing because I like dancing in my house. Um,
You can share me. You can dancing, for example. I can dancing. Well, I sit down now. Well,
yeah, sure.
you?
I like salsa and bachata.
Oh, very well. Jeffrey, tell me, you can represent in this hobby? For example, paint or sing.
Dancing too, my hobby.
Yes?
Yes,
Oh my
it's my favorite
God.
hobby, dancing.
Oh, okay. Well, now we have a
My favorite
little video, okay? The represent my favorite hobby. Okay, you can see now.
hobbies: cycling, traveling, cooking, dancing, reading, swimming, drawing, fishing, singing, playing guitar, photography, scuba diving, writing, gardening, yoga, playing football, camping, hiking.
Well, the hobbies are activity, okay, that people enjoy doing in their free time. Well, for example, Jeffrey and Byron tell me the hobby is dancing. Well, for me, I love reading. Well, I don't know. Eva, what is your hobby? For example, I don't know, hiking or reading, maybe? Oh, Edwin, tell me. Well, guys, I need to practice. Please help me.
Hey, teacher,
Tell me, Edwin.
I like to play soccer. I love soccer, miss.
Really? Oh
Yeah.
my God. Well, hobbies are activity people enjoy the free time. Well, they help us, they relax and have a fun. Okay. For example, now we have a different hobby. For example, she like reading and he is like play the guitar. Okay. Well, in this case, people have different hobbies such as I don't know, reading, listening to music in the young people, or playing soccer or sport, for example, Edwin. Well, now we have other plan action. For example, Jennifer, help me please. You can represent about these hobbies or your free time. For example, yoga, or I don't know.
I am painting.
Yes?
I
In
am
your
paint.
in your family, what is the hobby or what
Uh,
is the playing action in the free time?
Travel.
Travel?
Beach.
Really?
Sí.
What's where? Where your travel?
Travel to our house, the beach.
Okay, now we have the other video. Okay, you can listen in now. Okay.
Simple and easy English. Number one, answer the question. Use phrases like I love or I enjoy. I really love listening to music. I enjoy listening to music. Number two, when I do this hobby, I will include how often I do it and the activities. Use phrases like all the time, whenever I have free time, every day, every night, or whatever that is correct for you. I listen to it all the time when I'm studying, working, walking to school, cooking, or cleaning. Number three, how it makes me feel. Does it make me feel good, happy, relaxed? How does it make me feel? So for me, it just makes me feel relaxed and puts me in a good mood. That's it. So if we combine all together, it will sound something like this. What's your hobby? Oh, my hobby? I really love listening to music. I listen to it all the time when I'm studying, working, walking to school, cooking, or cleaning. It just makes me feel relaxed and puts me in a good mood. What about you? Write it in the comment. Thank you for learning and see you in the next one. Bye bye. What's your hobby?
Okay. Well, in this case, you can see a different hobbies. You can see a different expression. You can say, for example, now we have other video in the demo class in the USA. Okay, look. Sorry. Okay.
What is your hobby? I have a hobby. What is your hobby? I have a hobby. My hobby is playing tennis. Six. Okay. I have a hobby. What is your hobby? I have a hobby. My hobby is playing tennis. Six. Okay.
Well, you know, the teacher in this case, you can she use the single the move the body. For example, Maria Jose, you imagine is a teacher. What is your interaction for the student? Okay. For example, I don't know. I like reading. What is the question about the other student you can ask?
The student is ready for dancing.
Okay, you can share me. You can dancing now or no?
Yes.
For example, Byron can dancing. For example, Flavio, I don't know, say can dancing or boxing. What is your favorite hobby, Flavio?
My favorite hobby, it's not only one. My favorite hobby, I have many hobbies, but I love to play football. I like to practice boxing. I like to practice jiu-jitsu. And I love fly, doing skydiving. And I have many hobbies.
Okay, well, it's a different is the variation, okay, it's between the people. It affect the interest, the experience, and the perspective, okay? For example, Flavio like the not only one hobbies, he have a different hobbies. Well, for example, Pablo, you have other hobbies you can share me?
Yes, my favorite hobby is to the guitar.
Okay, now I don't know, say, Cedeño, what is your favorite hobby? I like dancing, play the guitar, boxing. What is your favorite hobby?
My hobby actually is do exercise.
Well,
Exercise.
oh my God,
Um,
interesting. For example, for me, I like driving. I like it. For example, try the pine. Well, you can try the different hobbies. The other people say, no, you have the old man, the old woman. You can practice the other hobbies. Well, you can try the one or more hobby. That's all the presentation, teacher. Thank you so much.
Thank you to this group. There are a lot of positive things that I want to point out. First, you delivered your lesson plan, which is something that you can never forget as teachers. You know, when you are required to present a demo class or any lesson, you should have your lesson plan with you because once you are evaluated, you have this document that helps you understand and also helps the evaluator understand what he needs to assess. So, congratulations on doing this lesson plan. I'm glad that you have a lot of positive things here, such as the learning objectives, the performance criteria, the assessment indicators. I only have a couple of observations in the active methodological strategies. First, when you present, the teacher introduced the topic with flashcards, video, and pictures, but you need to focus on the strategies that you use. For example, observation of flashcards, or maybe role play, or maybe answer comprehension questions, such as, do you like reading? So you need to directly state the strategy that you are using there. Okay, be more specific. And also here in the practice, there's no strategy. What is the strategy? Follow the instructions? That's not the strategy. The strategy can be analysis of a video, or maybe you used a lot of questions, probably dialogue, or maybe group work. The students work in groups of three, they create a mind map, I don't know. And then production the same. The students achieve the goal. What goals? That is not the description of the strategy. So you need to be careful on what to write here. Okay. And the technique is the same. Visual, video, and flashcards. That's not a technique. The technique would be observation, or maybe testing, or maybe group work. That is a technique. And the instrument is, of course, the checklist. And I also want to highlight your signatures. Finally, you put these signatures. Nice. And the checklist is also here as an annex. That's also positive. I have seen that you have created 10 items. I guess that's because the grade is out of 10, which is also positive. Congratulations. The group performance was also good. I also enjoyed how you engage your students with so many questions, but these questions guide them to understand the topic of hobbies. Okay, so yeah, overall it was a good performance. Now I would like to listen to our final group, which is group number 3. That is Byron, Amy, Jeffrey, Jennifer, Maria Jose, and Ricardo.
Hi guys. One please tell me on the daily routines you do every day. I can be simple. For example, I wake up at 4 a.m. every day. You turn please and volunteers.
I wake up 8 a.m. I after I eat, and then maybe I take um, um, sleep.
Jeffrey?
Yes, miss. My daily routine, the main ideas is I wake up 6 a.m. Okay, and I breakfast at 8 a.m. and I go to work, for example, at 9 a.m.
Okay, thank you, Jeffrey. And now let's move. When you say your routine, do the action. For example, I brush my teeth, I study. Maria Jose, please. When you say your routine,
My routine is the wake up 6 a.m. The work is the 6 a.m.
Me, teacher, me.
thank you, Byron.
I wake up at the 7 a.m. and I go to take a shower. Um, later, have breakfast at the 8 a.m. and I continue work with my activity and how the homework, for example, um, at the 1 p.m. and have a lunch and I'm prepared all for the class, for example.
The activity, the word, well, please.
Okay, the first image, she um, she have breakfast.
Thank you, Amy. Edwin, please.
Thank you, teacher. The picture number is round the half dinner is over that picture. This the first picture is half dinner. The second picture is to the homework.
Great job. Thank you, Edwin. Jeffrey, please. The other activity.
Yes, for example, in the picture, 7 is the take a shower.
It's right. Daniela, please.
Hello, teacher. Well, for example, brush your hair I can see the picture 8.
Thank you, Daniela.
Don't worry.
Please. Pablo.
Sorry, miss, I can hear you. Okay, the picture number 3 is go to bed.
Correct, Pablo. Thank you. Cynthia, please. You tell me the activity.
The picture number 4 is wake up.
Thank you. It's correct.
The next is go to school.
Thank you, Byron. Graciela, please.
Have a dinner. Ay, perdón. Have breakfast.
Thank you, Graciela.
Take lunch.
Anabela, please.
Okay. Picture 7 is brush your hair.
You have 1 more minute.
The next picture is have breakfast.
Okay, students, very good. Today we learned that not everyone learns in the same way. Some people learn by seeing, some by listening, and some by doing. As teacher, we must respect this difference to help all the students learn better in different ways. Thank you.
Okay, thank you to this group. Let's go right to the observations that I have. First, I wonder why you didn't put the date here. The day, do you think the day is important? Is the day important?
Yes, sir.
Sure, if you don't write the date, then the principal or the vice principal won't know when you're having this class. And well, I don't know where you got these objectives from, but they don't seem to be created by a human, but instead by AI. Like they don't seem to be real learning objectives. So you need to be careful with this. A learning objective usually uses the Bloom's taxonomy. That's also used here. And also the performance criteria and assessment indicator is AI generated content because this is not in the curriculum. Recuerden que esto se saca del currículum de inglés, no se inventa. Los pueden matar donde ustedes se les ocurre poner esta información inventada. No, esto sale del currículo de inglés. Ese currículo ya está hecho, solo es copy-paste. Usted tiene que ver cuál de estos performance criteria and assessment indicator match with your class, but don't put information here that is not from the curriculum. Then we have this think, pair, and share, total physical response, picture description activity. The technique was good, the observation checklist, and okay, but where is the checklist? You put here checklist, rubric, but where is the checklist in the rubric? I don't see it. Where is the rubric? Hello, can you hear me? Yeah, you need to add the rubric. If you put rubric or checklist, you need to put it in the lesson plan. I really enjoy your class, Jennifer. I could notice that you are a teacher already. I could see some tips from a real teacher. You interacted with your students a lot. You used some questions for communication. I could see the energy in your class. You made your students participate a lot. That was also positive. So it was a good class. I enjoyed it a lot.
Thank you, teacher.
Congratulations. Okay. Yes, Byron, what's your question?
Yes, teacher. I think maybe it's me, but the lesson plan you shared done is my group. Is another group. Yes, read the name.
Uh, well, I have received Ana Salazar's lesson plan, and I thought it was yours,
No,
but
I
then you
was
sent.
to Jennifer.
Oh, okay. I don't know why Ana sent that lesson plan. Ana, can you explain? Oh, from group number one. I'm sorry, Byron. It was my bad. Yes, Pablo, what's your question?
Yes, teacher, I have a question. Is correct or incorrect? For example, when a person asks for you a concrete question, for example, what is your favorite hobbies? In this case, I put example of the Flavio. Flavio say, I have uh, three or more hobbies. Is correct or incorrect? Because the question is concrete. The answers is one fabric or I can say different.
Oh, you mean that when somebody asks a question that you expect one answer and then this person answers a lot of words?
Yes, yes, teacher.
Well, if
Because
your student,
because when Daniela asked for Flavio, for example, what is your favorite hobby? Flavio say, I have a love. Name one, two, three. Is correct or incorrect? Because the question is concrete. What is your favorite? If prefer to only or the person responds with different.
well, I think if your student wants to speak more and give you more information, that's positive. It means that they want to share, that they are interested in the question. You shouldn't say, "Hey, no, only one hobby." I think you should let them speak because that means that you have motivated them to speak. They are engaged, they feel connected to your class, and that's positive.
Okay, teach.
Yes, no problem if they speak more. What you need to be careful is when they speak about things that are not related to the question. Then you need to address the question, giving them an example or options or stuff like that. Okay, no problem, Pablo. Let's check your lesson plan, the objective. Yes, this was from the curriculum, performance criteria and assessment indicators from the curriculum. Nice. You have teacher shows flashcards or of a cafe in an office. Teacher models that usually drink coffee. Okay. Focus on third person singular. Drinks coffee. Okay. Be careful with the strategies that you use here because you need to be more specific. Maybe analysis of flashcards or maybe comprehension questions about, I don't know, a topic, etc. You put this rubric. Yes, this is the quiz. Instrument could be the quiz to assess. The rubric is here, but this is my rubric, I think. Yes, it's my group, my rubric. You copied my idea. Okay. Yeah, but I know it was for an example. Don't worry. Okay, let's check the attendance registration today? Aguirre,
I'm here.
Álvarez,
I'm here, Mister.
Barberán,
Present.
Barzola,
Present, teacher.
Basurto,
Present.
Cedeño, 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 Amy,
I'm here.
Yumikinga,
I'm here, teacher.
Díaz, Macías,
I'm here, teacher.
Donado,
Mister, I'm here.
Martínez,
I'm here, teacher.
Mendoza,
Present, teacher.
Moreira,
I'm here, Mister.
Pinargote, Pinargote, Pinargote Zambrano,
I'm here, Mr.
Salazar.
Present, teacher.
Your camera, please.
Yes, pero en inglés.
Okay, Sarmiento,
Present, teacher.
Torres, Torres
Present.
Joy,
Teacher. Here.
Zúñiga.
Teacher, I'm here.
Okay, thank you, everybody. That's all for now. You have a good night and see you next time.
Thank you, Mister. Bye.
See ya.
Good night. Good night, everyone. Good night.